Hey, good morning, witches of the moon. It is Jess Spellbound here. Welcome back to season 12. Thank you for having me back. I am so excited. So I have to jump right into this. It is a Wednesday morning. It is about 5:30 in the morning. So I wanted to start my first Wednesday with you guys because I feel like that will really set the tone for the day for me. And I'm looking a bit like a peacock, but hey. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We're going to talk about charging tools, and kind of in the idea of charging tools, I'm going to throw in a couple of ways that I cleanse them and how I program them, I guess, is similar to charging them. The difference being between charging and just in case, right? The difference being between programming them and charging them is where I would put them somewhere I gather up the energy of what's surrounding it. Programming it is that energy is coming specifically for me with a very mindful intent, I think. Okay. So cleansing, let's start to the basics because I feel like you would cleanse it before you would charge it. So cleansing, I'm kind of just going to rip through these. You guys, probably most of this video is going to be just a quick run through because I've got work and a couple of kids, 2 kids, one who is very sick. So earth, air, fire, water, right? So a great way to do that easily and quickly. And if you want to work with the elements, if you're not worried about working with the elements, which isn't necessarily a thing for me, I like the passing through of a tool into the energy of either smoke from a cauldron. I mean, you want to use a smudge stick, use it, but make sure if you're using sage, you to layer back up. Don't just kind of leave your thing empty unless then you are going to charge it. Flame candles, these white pillar candles, I get them from the Dollar Tree. They're really great for pretty much everything. All you need to do, I've inscribed this one too, but all you need to do is inscribe a prayer on here or a symbols or whatever you want to pretty much do the same thing to program this candle to be a cleanser for your tools, for your magical items, your mundane items that you use occasionally as magic. You be the judge, you do you. But I do like passing thing over the flame because I like to feel the warmth of it. I feel like the warmth of the flame while cleansing also adds its energy. And then, the bigger one I use for bigger fires, obviously, right? So you don't need one that big. I like to put my things on the inside here because of the god I work with. His symbol is the cauldron, so it's a little bit different. My goddess is not the cauldron. My god is the cauldron. So when I need godly energy, I throw things at the bottom and I stick things in there and I close it up and I let them sit for a bit. This is the cauldron I've used for the last 25 years. This was a birthday gift. Okay. So running water, go to a stream, use your sink, purify the water, charge, what's the word now? I can't think of it. Goodbye. If you turn anything into a spiritual water, which I know we'll talk about in a couple of episodes from now, but if you charge anything to be a spiritual water, you can use it for cleansing. Salt is great for cleansing too. So now we're going to talk about charging your tools. So I am going to go with the very basics here because I don't really charge my tools. I program them from myself. I use my own energy to put into those tools. I don't I think some of the examples are going to be, putting them out under the full moon. I think that's great. It absorbs the energy of the moon for whatever lunar cycle we're currently in. I do like working with the moon a lot. I really enjoy moon energy, so I am looking forward to that. But I won't necessarily, depending on the tool and what it's used for, I will not always put out in front of the moon. So my gardening tools, for some reason, my gardening tools do get charged under a full moon. My everyday working items, my athame, the things that I use on a pretty consistent basis do not get charged under the moon. Those get programmed by me, because for me, if I'm using something every day and I don't want just this overall feeling of, or an overwhelming, an overall feeling of abundance or protection, or love, security, you name it, what, right? If I don't want that overwhelming moment of grounding from the earth, or just, you get where I'm going with this. If I need something very specific done, if I'm doing very specific altar work or ancestor work, I'm going to use the selenite. And you can get as fancy as you want with this, you guys, but you know me, I got this for free. I use this. You could use whatever you want as a charging plate. They have a ton of charging plates out there. I think they come in most standard stones, quartz, rose quartz, amethyst, carnelian. I like the selenite. For me, I feel like the selenite is a great conductor of my personal energy into an object. I feel like it really is able to transfer that. So I will use the selenite, and I'll put things on top of the selenite to meditate over, to pray over, to do an exchanging of energy with that, or to, not an exchange, because I'm not taking any energy from the item, but to put energy into it, to really have it suit my purpose for where it is. Now, I do have a lot of altars in my home, because I do hearth magic, earth magic. So I have altars, shrines set up all over the place. I have one in the bathroom, I have one in the kitchen, I have one in the living room, I have one outside, I have one in my bedroom. My kids have one each in their bedrooms. So I really have a lot of them. Those things I will cleanse and empower either by myself, or I will call upon deity to come down and bestow a blessing on those things, especially for my girls. Again, I'm really going to try and break that habit of the but I think that, you know what, guys, as long as you're making magic, right? As long as you are using your energy to change or guide a moment that you feel you need for yourself, I think that is pretty incredible. I think that just on a day-to-day basis, to be able to sit here and or in life in general. I went to a bunch of witchy shops over the weekend with my best friend, and I love talking to people about magic. And I think if I'm going to start this season off saying anything, it is your energy is the key to everything that happens. Anything that we give you advice on how to do, or anything that we let you into our practice to see, it is all about your energy. It is all about your intention to take you through the beginning of that working to the end of that working. It is all about that energy that's going to take you from the beginning of your day to the end of your day, and how that day is going to flow, right? I love the idea of making magic more accessible for people. I went out to the Pocono Witch Shop because I live in Pennsylvania, and met the owner there, E. Massey. It's funny. He does the Pocono Witch Ball. He's an author. He really is quite fabulous. And we were talking for quite some time, and he had said to me that I do practical magic. And at first I was like, practical magic. I got in my car and I'm thinking about practical magic. And if there's anything, in my opinion, that you want from your practice, is for it to be practical. Because once it's practical, it is accessible. It is something you are going to want to do during every situation. You're cooking dinner, you know what? Let's throw a bit of magic in there. Every move you make is magical. You know what? I might have rambled. It's early. I haven't even touched my coffee. So thank you for, enduring my witching run on. All right, guys. I gotta get moving. Day is calling. All right. I hope you all have a very wonderful day. Blessed be. And welcome to season 12.